Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second largest city in Colombia, Medellin. Once considered the most dangerous city in the world, now famous for its innovative urban development and thriving art scene. It's been nicknamed the city of eternal spring for its amazing weather, and we were fortunate enough to spend a few days here, so let's go see what this amazing city has to offer.
All right, guys, we are doing a walking tour with free city tours. Found them online. It's about a 3.5-hour walking tour, all by donation. And yeah, our tour guide's awesome, so let's check out the city for a few hours.
Yay, can't wait.
When people travel, they're so much happier than when they call a conductor.
First, the walking tour took us to the heart of downtown, Parque de las Lucas, where the most dangerous part of the city once was. And just 30 years ago, Medellin was considered the most dangerous city in the world. In the early 80s and 90s, Medellin became infamous for its drug cartels, especially under the Pablo Escobar reign. However, since the late 1990s, the city has undergone a remarkable transformation, focusing on education and public innovation and social development. Next up, the tour took us to some busy streets where there were lots of street vendors selling everything from t-shirts to bags to sunglasses to freshly pressed juice. You name it, they were selling it. Then we got taken to an amazing building called Centro Comercial Gran Plaza, which I highly recommend people go to. There's 5 floors, and the top 3 floors are just for art. And we really love the architecture in this building. And a little fun fact, the artists are not able to afford rent here, so the owner actually allows the artists to pay with their own artwork. Next up, we were taken to Botero Park. Here, we saw some internationally famous artwork by the Medellin-born artist, Botero, who is now 90 years old, and he's donated a large number of sculptures called gordos, meaning fat ones, to the city. We really enjoyed walking around this part of town and seeing the beautiful artwork there. And it looks like someone enjoyed it a little more than others. So these 2 sculptures you see here have a lot of significance. To the left, you'll see the one that was blown out with a bomb, killing several people. And the city wanted to remove that sculpture, but the artist wanted to keep it there and replace it with a replica to represent change and a new start.
Alright guys, we just finished the walking tour. That was the best walking tour I've ever done. Make sure you go with Erman. And he was so engaging. He's told great stories about the history of Medellin. And I recommend that you come and do a walking tour with the Free City Walking Tour Company. Amazing.
Yeah, and he's also from here, and he grew up in the time that everything started changing, so he has a lot of experience and so many stories to share with you.
Amen. Great.
All right, today we have come to Pueblito Paisa and to check it out, and it is pretty cool. There's lots of people. You can get ice cream, you can eat here. There are little shops, we have some drinks, take some photos, and they're just old buildings and lots of color.
Alright guys, we just got to the top of Pueblito Paisa. It's an absolutely stunning 360-degree view of the city. Just walk to each end, you'll see just stunning shots. You'll see it is absolutely gorgeous, so I highly recommend you come up here and check it out.
Yeah, and you can get food. There's ice cream shop, there's little stores to get some souvenirs, some old buildings with lots of color on it, and it's definitely somewhere that you want to come visit when you're here in Medellin.
100%. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go check out Comuna 13. We're gonna go hit up the cable car, do a nice little tour. So let's go check it out.
So the first stop on the Comuna 13 tour was taking the cable cars and getting some amazing views of the neighborhood. In the 80s and early 90s, this was considered the most dangerous neighborhood in Medellin. With the lack of services and opportunities in the neighborhood, people turned to drugs and crime. And just recently, the city has been building cable car lines to provide more access to the communities, providing a better life and access to services. Next, we hopped on the city bus to get into the heart of Comuna. And as soon as we got there, we ran into some incredibly talented local dancers who put on a spectacular performance.
Yeah.
But it feels so empty without me, so
Now that was some dancing right there, right, Kale? That was good.
Next, we proceeded up the hill, deeper into the community, and it was absolutely packed. Artwork everywhere, people selling everything from A to Z, and the basketball court you see here was actually once a killing wall where they murdered informants or people who were working for the government.
So we are on a tour for Comuna 13, and we are at the bottom of the staircase, and there is just over 300 steps to the top, but they have created in 2014?
I think so.
2014, I believe. She said escalators that go from the bottom all the way to the top, and this was before tourists came, so it was for the elderly and the disabled. And then it became a tourist trap, and so now we get to go and experience it.
Once famous for its association with violent drug cartels, armed groups, and gang warfare, today, Comuna it's known for its vibrant street art and urban renewal projects and has become a symbol of resilience, with the colorful artwork reflecting the community's history and its hopeful future. As we progressed up the hill, we were met with some absolutely stunning views of the neighborhood and beyond, another benefit to coming to Comuna. Oh, and make sure when you're up here to get some amazing barbecue. The meat was so tender and delicious. And when you get to the very top, you're met with even more stunning views of the neighborhood. They got some really cool props at the top, a bar you can have a drink at, they got some loud music up there. Overall, absolutely worth it getting to the top. And on the way back down, it was really cool to see the soldiers doing an exercise in the neighborhood. It was almost the cherry on top, giving us all the feels.
All right, guys, so that was Comuna 13, full of beautiful graffiti, full of history. It was absolutely beautiful to walk around. The only downside, it was a little packed, tons of tourists, so you're kind of a little squeezed, but definitely come check it out. It's definitely worth it just to see the history and just get the feeling of being back in the 80s. And you know, there's no way a tourist could ever come here in the 80s without even, yeah, there's no way, you would get murdered. But, so yeah, come check it out. It's a lot of fun.
And that wraps up our time in Medellin. We really enjoyed the history and all the beautiful scenery here. And I hope one day you guys get to visit and see what this beautiful city has to offer.